Borough fans, hello and welcome back to season 7 on the Stevenage Football Club podcast. I've got goosebumps, guys, because we have got 13 games to play. Are we in it? I mean, if I had to give my opinion, I know Andy and Luca, although no, actually, I think Luca agrees with me. Andy, not so much. Don't know why Andy doesn't agree with me, but I think we are in the League One playoff race. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but 13 games to play. And what an end to the season it's going to be. And again, if we don't make it, we don't make it. We achieve our goal of becoming a top half League One team, which was the plan before next season, where we want to stay there, be more competitive, and build some brilliant seasons in this brilliant division. It all starts the last 13 games. Say it all starts, but it all starts in terms of the last 13 games of the season this Saturday away at Burton Albion. Why do I feel like this is just going to be such a tough game? And actually, our guest reminded me a minute ago that in the return fixture, I claimed a 3-0, 4-0 win prediction, which I had to eat my own words with because it was a 2-2 draw at home against Burton. But we are playing Burton Albion away on Saturday. Massive game for both teams. Obviously, Burton Albion's form recently has been really positive. And at the minute, I would say pretty comfortable above the bottom four, although the league is so tight and open. But I think Burton will go on to be absolutely fine this season. And for us, it's a massive game, 54 points with a win with 12 to play after. And again, potentially getting into the top 6 with 12 to play would be an incredible achievement for our squad. Joining me on the podcast tonight to chat about Burton and also look at the season and next season chat about the big match on Saturday. We've got my good friend and my good pal, lifelong home and away Burton Albion fan, David, who's extremely tired at the minute because he just got back from Exeter City. David, how are you, mate?
Yeah, as you say, tired, but all good. Thank you very much.
Mate,
Thanks for having me.
anytime, mate, anytime. And for anyone that's kind of thinking, how does Farley and David know each other? Well, we met at the playoffs, David, didn't we?
We did. Those trips on the tube up to Wembley Way,
Yeah.
talking about your plans for this season. And to be fair, you were right. Top half team. Who knows what could happen?
We said it, mate. We called it. I called it the most important season to become a top. And by the way, I am going to be doing that for next season, this mag. And I'll be like, David, we want to stay a top half League One team. The biggest season. Jake Tong just standing there rolling his eyes thinking, thank God I don't have to hear this anymore when my team gets to the championship. But no, I like those playoff weekends, mate. They're so good. I'm guessing we're doing League One and League Two again this year.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll be there, maybe with Stevenage. Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe, mate. Maybe. Well, I mean, I was going to say I'd get you tickets, but it wouldn't exactly be hard, you know. Maybe if we had Bolton. Well, do you know what'd be really funny about that, right? Let's say we got in and I don't know, we got there, right? And we got someone like Bolton, right? And Bolton had like 35,000 in their end full. And then in our end, it was like 10. Bottom tier, like not even that. That would be hilarious to be fair.
Wimbledon Walsall last season was pretty mismatched for that, wasn't it? Because I know Wimbledon had like 28,000, and I think Walsall only had maybe 10 or 12,000, didn't they? So
yeah, do you remember the Limbs they scored? That was I always remember that. I always remember it raining as well. It did rain, didn't it?
Yeah, it chucked it down.
What was it? Me, you,
gorgeous for the League One game, and then awful weather for the League Two.
It was when I remember it was what? It was me, you, Nappers, and Jake, I think.
Yeah.
Might have been.
And then Josh.
Yes.
Josh Talks, Cheltenham fan. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, Josh was there as well. And I know this season that the chat's already begun for the plan.
Hotels are being planned, dates are being planned. We're ready.
I can't believe Andy, my mate's in on it, by the way. You're going to meet Andy for the first time. The stats, as he's
looking forward to it.
Oh, God, should be good. David, my man, Burton Albion, just before we get into, obviously, the big match this Saturday at your place with just 2 months to go, by the way.
Crazy.
Do you know what? I remember sitting in Coraleo on holiday when the fixtures come out and sitting there reading who we had and when we were going to be playing who. And just can't believe there's 2 months left. Burton Albion, mate, it's been, well, I don't know what you think, but I think better than the previous seasons. It seems like you're in a more comfortable place at the minute. And I kind of said intro in the pod, I think you'll go on to pretty much stay up comfortably. Talk us through the summer, the season, how it's been this season and how it's kind of viewed from a Burton Albion point of view.
Yeah, I mean we've been very used to having poor starts, and we're playing catch up with pretty much everybody in the division. This time it's been a lot better. We won a game in August, which is unusual for us. I think first time in 4 years we won a game in August. But that was followed by no wins in I think 7 or 8 matches. So
Yeah.
we dropped down to the bottom of the table and feared the worst again. But under Gary Bowyer, we've really got a good core of a team. We've kept a lot of players from last season, improved as well. We've got a striking partnership that have got 20 goals between them, which we've not had for many years. And we've just been consistently putting points on the board. We've picked up a lot of scalps throughout the season, and I think overall we're certainly better off to where we were this time 12 months ago. Still in the battle, but I think we're in a much better position this year than we were this time 12 months ago.
What was the goal coming into this season? Because obviously, typically, when we look over the last couple of years, obviously it's been you guys. I mean, I call you I don't even know what to call you now. The safety experts. I guess I don't know. Like every year, you seem to just do it when it's like you're the underdog to do it almost. Yeah. Was it kind of coming into this season? Was it the same feeling? Did you think that you'd potentially be down there again, or was the goal actually can we try and get up the league and be more competitive?
I think we've had a bit of a hangover from last summer where we signed 23 players. You know, we've still got quite a lot of those contracted to the club. A lot of them either don't get used or they're out on loan at other clubs. So I think it was about just trying to get through this season and try and certainly raise the position in the table. I think there was no doubts within the fan base that we were going to be down at the bottom end again. We're one of the smaller clubs. Despite new ownership, we've still got one of the smaller budgets within the league. We're still going around the lower leagues scouting for a lot of our players that are coming in. You know, we're taking a lot of players that aren't wanted at other clubs at this level, or, we're taking talents from lower leagues. And I think this season it was just about maintaining that League One status, hopefully a little bit sooner than last season.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, I've just got the kind of league table up in front of me at the minute. 35 games played, so oh wow, actually fewer for you guys. So you've only got 11 left. Yeah. My God, coming into the final 10. 10 wins, 10 draws, 15 defeats, 39 goals scored, 50 goals conceded. 40 points on the board, so you're currently 4 points clear. And the form the last 6 games, 2 wins, 3 draws, just 1 defeat, which is the best kind of run of form in terms of results, I think, from your position all the way down to the bottom. Do you think you'll stay up? I'm assuming you do, considering.
Yeah, the key thing for us is we've still got Charlie Webster to come back.
Yeah, what's happened to him? Did he get injured?
He's been out injured. So he got injured against Blackpool back in, I think it was November, which was like game 17, and he's been out ever since. It's been a real big miss. It probably benefited us for January, because I think we probably would have lost him in January with the form he started the season in. But yeah, still not back. Hopefully, a couple of weeks, and if we can have him back for those last 10 matches with the form that Tyrese Shade and Jake Beasley are both in up front, then I think we've got a great chance of staying up.
I completely forgot he was out injured for you, actually, Webster. I mean, I don't know what you thought. I thought he was like your best player, Webster. Yeah. Wow. So to miss him for that time, geez. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I mean, first 15, 16 games of the season, I think he was at maybe 8 contributions, which I think at the time was one of the top 10 in the division. He's scoring winners for us. He was setting up countless chances for us, and we lost that for a long period. We've managed to start picking up results now, despite him not being in the team. You know, we had through November, through Christmas, we were down to like 8 senior players fit to start games, and
Wow.
we were playing a lot of fringe players, and we've had a couple of youth players play consistent minutes. We've got a young lad, 17-year-old, who's been top class for us, who at the start of the season didn't even have a pro contract. So that's the sort of depths we've been going to this season, but we've managed to pull out some great results across the season, even without Charlie in the side.
Talk to us about, and I know you mentioned a little bit there about your squad. Talk to us about your squad and kind of like your playing style this season, kind of what you've seen over the 35 games so far.
Yeah, so we're certainly a team that don't like possession. I
Join
think
the club.
I think one of my favourite stats, although pretty poor, is we've not won a game for over 2 years when we've had more than 50% of the ball.
Wow.
I
That
think,
is an actual genuine
yeah,
statistic.
our last win when we had more than 50% possession was against Shrewsbury, 29th of December 2023.
Why is that? How is that?
Don't know. Don't
What?
know.
Wow.
We're just a team that, for some reason, whenever we have the ball, we just can't seem to break teams down. We'll huff and puff. We'll pass it sideways across them, but just not be able to break them down. We had it against Lincoln both games this season. They suffered without the ball. They had 40% possession both games and beat us both times. Peterborough earlier on in the season beat us 1-0 with we
Yeah.
had 65% of the ball then, and we just can't seem to get a win. We can get points, we can get draws, but we can't win games. I don't know what it is, but yeah, we're certainly a team without the ball. We play fairly direct. We like getting it down the channels, playing it into Beasley, wins a lot of aerial duels. And then you've got players like Kyron Lofthouse, Tyrese Shade, who will run onto them and create chances from there.
I think a mark of actually a decent team is one that can play really well and get results against the other top teams of the division. And when I look at Burton, although you're kind of where you are in the division, I'm just going to whittle some at you, David. I'd love to get your reaction on them. Cardiff, 1-0 away, win. Cardiff at home, 2-2 draw. Stockport at home, 3-0 win. Huddersfield, result. It is that some of the results you've got this season have been fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, we've beaten Bolton 3-0 at home. We've beaten Stockport 3-0 at home. We beat Huddersfield 3-1 at home.
Wow.
Won 1-0 away at Cardiff, 2-1 away at Bradford. Um, I don't know. There's nothing that can explain it. You flip it to the bottom of the table. We've drawn with Port Vale twice.
Wow.
We lost 4-0 to Leyton Orient. We lost both games against Wigan. We only got 1 point in 2 games against Doncaster.
So it's like when you play against the better teams, your team plays to that
Yeah.
level. It's
And to be honest, that's something that historically Burton Albion have done. 10, 15 years in the Football League. That's what we've done for the whole of that period. When we were in the Championship, we beat some huge teams. When we were down in League Two, we beat some big teams when we first came into the division. And it's just something we've always done. We love the underdog tag, and that's where we thrive.
it's so crazy, isn't it? Because I was just having a look at the league tab, and as you were whittling off some of those games, I mean, I actually didn't realise you'd beaten Bolton and Bradford as well. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
But what I find crazy is, let's say that you'd have just won 4 more games from some of those games that you'd mentioned, you'd be sitting seventh,
I know.
which is just
And to add to it, I mean, at the start of the season, we went 2-0 up away at Barnsley and lost 3-2.
wow.
We went 1-0 up away at Stockport, had 22 shots and lost 2-1 to two worldies. even in the first month of the season, we could have been 6 points better off.
Yeah,
Um, and it it's all about ifs and buts, isn't it? But yeah, I think we just need to be more consistent against it's the teams in the middle of the table, I think, where we're not picking up enough points. We're getting decent amounts at the bottom. I mean, we got 4 against Rotherham. We beat Northampton convincingly on Boxing Day. But that sort of mid-table, we lost twice to Plymouth, 1 point against Luton, lost to Peterborough, lost to Barnsley. Uh, so, if we can get some more points from the teams around the middle of the table, then we might
yeah.
see ourselves a little bit more comfortable.
Given that you do stay up, and I completely think you will, I think you'll be, fingers crossed, in a comfortable position. What, from a Burton perspective, are we looking for next season? Because as you've mentioned there, you've had players that have been in contract from the previous year. So, let's say in an ideal world, Burton stay up, we get to the summer. From a Burton perspective, what do you want to see as a fan next season for your team?
I think the big thing for us is a lot of those players that are maybe on the fringes of the club, their contracts expire in the summer. So we'll probably see them move on. We've got a couple of loan players which will obviously depart as well. The big potential problem is we've got 5 or 6 assets which could leave the club for big money. Udoka Godwin Malif, Kyron Lofthouse, Kegs Chowke, Tyrese Shade, Charlie Webster, Jake Beasley have all had interest or very solid offers in both last summer and in January. And I don't think we'd lose all of them, but if we lose a good number of them, there's going to be another big rebuild needed.
Did you say that, are they all out of contract? Did you say
No,
as well?
so they're all players that have got at least 12 months left on their contract,
Good, good.
but we've already had massive interest in quite a few of those. I mean, Tyrese Shade, we rejected a significant 7-figure bid in January from multiple championship sides. Jake Beasley, I think, had interest from Bradford. Uh, Godwin Malife had interest from Salford in what could have been quite a big money move. Um, Luckily, we kept hold of the team in January, which I think was a key thing for us and to be able to push on. Because I think over Christmas we were in the bottom 4,
Yeah.
and we've started to pick up some decent results, as I say. And I think if we'd have lost a couple of those players in January, we probably wouldn't have been able to replace them, and we probably would have struggled in the second half of the season. As it is, we're possibly looking now towards the summer, reinvesting potential incoming funds into a squad for next season.
See, yeah, it would be huge, wouldn't it, to keep those players? Because when you actually go through your team, and I think you've just named a few there, it's odd because I almost feel like you're in a false position because I think you've actually got quite a decent team on paper, and it feels like if you're able to keep the bulk of this squad and improve in the summer, the next season potentially. I know obviously we don't know the league yet. Obviously Sheffield Wednesday are down. We don't know they're probably going to be right up there. It could be a more say competitive league, but in terms of it will be interesting to see who comes into it. The next season potentially you might have an opportunity to do some really really good things, but it's losing those players. Like for example, I really like Tyrese Shade. I thought he was great at our place. He's someone actually who I wouldn't mind seeing at our place. Tyrese Shade. Beasley, another really good player.
Yeah,
You've got good players, and this is the issue. You're going to get big clubs coming from.
yeah,
I think that's
yeah. This is it. I mean, the two you've just mentioned, Beasley, 12 goals, 5 assists.
yeah.
He got minimal goal contributions at Blackpool last season. I think it's 1 league goal for Blackpool last season, and he's got 12 this season for us with 10 games to go. Shade, first time in this division, he's on 8 goals for the season. He's looked electric since coming back from injury. 2 against Stockport the other night last week. Was a big part of the goal last night at Exeter. Uh, Causes so many problems. He's so quick. He's so powerful, getting in behind defenses, and they're two real key assets for us, and they've formed a really good partnership together. And I think without them, I mean, when we had Shade missing for a couple of weeks, end of December, you could tell that nobody was up to his level to come into the team.
Let's look ahead to the game Saturday. I was going to say I can imagine you'll be there behind the goal. I'm certain you'll be there Saturday, won't you? I will look out for you. Actually, I'm opposite to you in the terrace, so I'll give you
Yes.
a little look, Dave. Big game Saturday. Obviously, you're hosting ourselves back at home at your place. Now, this is a weird one for me because it seems like your home form is really good. And recently, we've lost our last 5 away matches in a row, and our last 4, we've conceded 3 goals. So for us, it's like the game to see a top League One level away performance and result. How are you kind of viewing the game on Saturday? Obviously, it's a massive one for yourselves.
Yeah. If I'm right in thinking, we've not actually beaten you at home since 2008.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
So you've played us 5 times. I think you've beaten us 3, including a very disappointing Virtue Trophy game, I must admit.
I remember that. Tyree Simpson with the toe
Yeah.
pun. Remember it.
And then I think there's been 2 draws, 1-1 and 0-0 last season, wasn't there? With
Yeah,
that
there
early
was.
kickoff.
Yeah.
Look, you're a side in the top 10, and we know what Burton can do against teams in the top 10. If we can come out the blocks early, like we have done in recent weeks, then I'd like to think we can get a positive result. Um, we know how good Stevenage are, and I'm sure it'll be quite an interesting watch.
How will you line up, Dave? Formation, players that will probably play on Saturday.
So we normally line up with a 3-5-2. It's pretty much been the same since Bowyer came in. We have got a couple of injuries. We haven't actually got a fit left wing back at the moment. So we've been playing Toby Sibic out there, right footer on the left. Never great, but he's done a good enough job for what you'd expect a player out of position to be. The back 3 has changed a little bit in recent weeks. Terence Van Kooten's been in and out of the team, obviously well known to Borough fans. Jasper Moon's come back in his place. It's pretty settled around. Other than that, Brad Collins in goal, Alex Hartridge, Udoka Godwin Malif, Kyron Lofthouse, all pretty regular in that back sort of 3-5. Then it'll probably be George Evans, Kegs Chouk, again, 2 fairly regular starters. The position behind the striker has been changed quite a few times in recent weeks. JJ McKiernan, obviously on loan from the Imps, has been fairly regular. But we have signed Andy Cannon from Wrexham. He's been starting to ramp up his minutes after an ACL injury. He's a top quality player at this level, and has really changed the game for us. Without Charlie Webster, we've had maybe a little bit missing in that position, but he's done quite well, and he could start. And then that front 2, as we mentioned, will probably be the starting 2 on Saturday.
Score prediction, mate. What are you feeling for this one? I always do the score predictions on the match preview episodes. It's really funny, right? Because every match that we play, and I don't know if you're the same as me. I watch all like the EFL content creators on YouTube. I watch all of them, and I love watching the ones where they, predict the games. It's really good to see what people
Yeah.
think the games are going to be. And every game that we play in, it's always like, well, there won't be many goals in this one, like that. Are you getting the same sort of vibe for this game that there's not
No,
going to be many goals?
normally, so yeah, I do the same as you. I look at quite a few predictions, and normally it's Burton nil, opponent 1, 2, or 3.
I love
um, it's very rare we get Burton wins predicted. It's been a grueling schedule for us since Christmas. I mean, we've played Saturday, Tuesday most weeks. Obviously, the most recent one being Exeter. That is now our penultimate Tuesday for the season. So we're just coming out into just Saturdays, and there's one more, I think, Tuesday in a couple of weeks' time, where I think everybody's playing. And then obviously Easter Friday, Easter Monday. But other than that, it's pretty much Saturdays. So it's going to be a chance for us to get some bodies back. I hate doing predictions.
I can
But
tell. He's itching. He's like, oh, I don't know what to say.
it's that record at the Pirelli against Stevenage that concerns me. I'd love to break it. I'd love to break it. Get on to 43 points. That would
You're
be
not going to get a bad chance considering we've lost our last five
yeah.
away. That's you know.
But this is the thing, you're in poor form away from home. And whenever a team is in poor form away from home, the Burton speed camera comes out. But I'm going to sit on the fence. I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1. Do you know what? I think that's a pretty fair prediction as well, actually, because again, typically, like this season, we've had one of the best. Well, we had the best defense for a large majority of it, and then it's just been the past kind of few away games, which has kind of pushed us out of the owning the best defensive record. I think that lies with Lincoln at the minute. So
everything lies with Lincoln at the moment.
Everything lies with Lincoln, doesn't it? Honestly, we've got a little bit of a run and joke in our podcast where I think Lincoln will get promoted, but we all keep going, God, could you imagine if Lincoln threw it away, finished third? We got in the playoffs and played them, and then it was Jake Tong. And oh my word,
dear.
I don't know how that would go down. But
I've already asked him if he'll get me a ticket next to him at Wembley for Lincoln.
Oh, I bet he's like, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
I bet he's like that. A quick question, actually, that I really want to ask you. Let's say this will probably never happen, but let's say the League One playoff final was us v Lincoln. What end are you going in? You can be honest. It's fine. It's
God, I don't know. That would be a tough one. That would. I might have to sit on the halfway line.
That's a great answer. Well, I was going to say you won't have any issue getting tickets in our end. That's for sure. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Lincoln would potentially sell out, but you might be all right at our end.
Well, it won't be Burton Fleetwood, so.
I tell you, wouldn't it be good to see Stevenage Burton? That would be the busiest League One playoff final of all time.
We'd probably need Wembley FC just down the road, holds about 2,000.
Yeah, 100%. Play a neutral ground in League One. Sonic, we'll have it at the Pirelli. You know what I mean? We'll have it at our place. We'll do a two-legger.
We've got 39 this season goals. You've got 37. I don't anticipate it being, a humdinger. There'll be chances, I'm sure. But I thought the 2-2 was quite an entertaining game back in December. Yeah. I think maybe we could have nicked something a bit more, but I think both teams had plenty of chances throughout the game. And it was the same last night, to be honest, against Exeter. I mean, it was 1-1, could have finished 5-4. So,
yeah, I remember the 2-2 back at our, but again, it was just after we beaten Stockport 3-1, and we were off a real big high. And I remember that it's like we losing, then we turn it around, then you got a goal, and it was like, tough game, really tough game. I think I'm excited to see how we set up, because I think Alex Ravel's in a position now where we know at home we're brilliant. We've lost once from 16. We've won 4 in a row. That system that we've deployed with the personnel, we know we're great. But away, it's like, can we now deploy a system with the personnel to start picking up away points and results going into the final bit? So I'm intrigued to see how it plays out. But I think I'm with you. I don't think there'll be many goals. I think if a team's going to win, it'll be 1-0 or 2-1. It will be quite close. I said on our podcast, what did I say on our podcast? I better not have said another 3-0. That definitely didn't happen. I think I said 1-0 us, I think it was.
Okay.
2-1. It might have been 2-1, something like that.
Yeah.
But 1-0, I think I'd take a 1-0.
I can't see a runaway winner personally with this one. Like I say, we're two teams that don't score many goals. I think if you were in a bit better away form, I'd probably have more confidence in yourselves, maybe getting a positive result. But look, I'd take a point. It'd take us to 41. I think there's a few teams have got difficult games around us, so if we can benefit and push a little bit further away, it's another point closer to I think it might be 52 this season. So I'm sort of looking at 52 as that mark. So it's another point closer to that. And we just keep putting the numbers on the board, hopefully.
Love that. Well, look, David, my man, at the end of every match preview episode that we've done this season, actually, it's the first one we've done since December. We've been doing a little bit of a competition this season with all the kind of guests from other teams that we've had on. And it's a little bit of a prediction game. And there is a prize for the winner if we do get a winner. And the competition is you have to predict your own team's finish in League One, and then you have to predict our finish in League One. Now, the person that can get the closest or get it bang on will win. So I'll start with Burton. Where do you think Burton will finish this season?
Oh, dear. I mean, our natural position is 20th, but
not again.
we're a little bit ahead of that at the moment. My bother is there's three teams below us that are really big sides at this level: Wigan, Blackpool, Leyton Orient, and it's how consistent they are in the last few games. I know Wigan have started to pick up a few points since Gary Caldwell's come in charge. I think I said at the start of the season, Burton 17th, so I think I'm going to stick with where we are now, 17th.
Okay, he's gone 17th. Let me just jot that down. Actually, 17th. David for Burton. Okay, 17th. If you had to predict our finish, what do you reckon?
I might never be seen again if I say what I'm thinking.
Oh, no, go on, say it. Say it, go on.
I'm going to say 7th.
Oh! Who do you think gets in? Who do you think?
I think the top six as it is,
yeah,
stays. Maybe Stockport and Bradford swap around, but I think that top six is pretty set.
If it was, who do you think goes up from it? Tough one, isn't it? I think.
For me, it's Bolton's to lose. I mean, Bolton have been the most consistent in the last few weeks. I mean, the two sort of juggernauts at the top that just can't seem to lose a game of football. Yeah. They're sort of long gone, and Bolton have tried to do their best to keep up, but they're just drawing too many games. But they've only lost 6 times this season. You know, that compared to the teams below them, 10, 10, 10, Huddersfield 13. I think it's Bolton's to lose, personally.
That's a great point, actually. I'm just looking at that myself. Yeah, look, Cardiff and Bolton both lost 6. Lincoln have lost 5. And then, 10, 10, 10, 13, 9, 10, 13, 7. Yeah, they've lost one of the fewest, Bolton, haven't they? And I think I can see only they're unbeaten in like 6 as well.
Yeah. That's the problem with Bolton is they were drawing too many games in the first half of the season. Yeah. If they'd have turned a few of those into wins, I mean, their away form was awful at the start of the season. Yeah. If they'd have turned a few of them points into 3, then we might have a 3-horse race. But I think as it is, it's probably as it is, personally.
Okay, well, you heard it there, Borough fans. David has gone for 17th of Burton and he's chosen us to finish 7th. God, even though we'll miss out, I would cry at finishing 7th, by the way. That would be elite to finish 7th before next season.
Even if it's 7th on goal difference.
Oh, what, alphabetical order or something ridiculous like that?
One goal.
Yeah,
one disallowed goal.
Like, oh no, can you imagine? Like, I've just always got this thought in my head that something ridiculous is going to happen. Like, we're going to make the playoffs by a goal and the Bez is going to score it or something like that. I don't know how it's going to play out.
Just out of interest, who do you play last day of the season?
Wigan at home.
That's a chance, to be fair.
Actually, to go on further, so our remaining fixtures, we actually only play 4 top teams and that's it. So we have Reading, Bradford, Bolton, Lincoln. They're the 4. These are our games. We play yourselves Saturday. Tuesday night, we've got Orient at home. Saturday, we've got Wimbledon at home. So we've got some going. Then we've got Plymouth away on a Tuesday, which is a toughie just given. And then it's Reading, Bolton. But Bolton, I think, might be off because of internationals. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And then Good Friday, we've got Rotherham at home. Away. Easter Monday, Blackpool at home. And then with the remaining games, we've got Lincoln coming up, we've got Bradford, Bolton, and then we've got Barnsley at home, Doncaster away, and then Wigan at home. So we've actually got a lot.
I wish I'd have known this before because we could do with a few favours there. I should have put you in sixth.
There you go. I don't want to sell you the sixth position, but our fixtures are actually on paper quite favourable. Obviously for top teams.
That's the thing for us. I mean, we've got Bradford at home, we've got Reading at home, we've got yourselves at home, and that's it for the top 10. That's all we've got.
So that's really good.
But we've still got 11th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th all to play.
Yeah.
I think they're all in April as well.
Wow, so they're huge games.
There's a potential that we're playing a few teams that might be on the beach, and there's chance for us to get some points on the board.
Do you know what? If there's a game that you're playing in that we're not playing in, I might come along to it. I might come up.
Should have come last week.
I know.
That'd have been the perfect game.
I finished work early as well. Do you know what's really funny? I was contemplating doing it because obviously we played Stockport on the Saturday. And I was like, I wouldn't mind seeing Stockport. Obviously, I know we've beaten them and played them in December, but I was like, we've got yourselves over the next 2 weeks. It would be, and then I thought, no, watch it on the box. And I wish I'd have come up now. I didn't know Jake was there either. So, do you know what? If there's a game midweek or a weekend where we're not playing and you're playing, I might pop up. Yeah, might come and surprise.
Good to see you.
It'd be good, mate. It'd be good. David, my man, have you enjoyed coming on?
Absolutely, mate. Always a pleasure.
I love that, mate. Where can, buddy, because I know I've got you on Instagram and, all of that. Where can all the Borough fans come and follow you, mate, on your socials?
Yeah, so my main socials are Twitter or X, whichever we like to call it. It's David WT 1997 over there. I'm also part of the Brewers Babble podcast alongside, I'm sure, good friends at the pod as well, Ed Walker.
Yes,
is our host. And another lad, Ollie Fern as well. He's another great lad when he turns up. But no, he's a good lad, to be fair.
Sounds a bit like Andy there in many ways.
But yeah, you can follow us over there as well at Brewers Babble. We are recording tomorrow night for the last couple of games we've just had, as well as previewing Saturday's game, and that'll be out on Friday evening for people to listen to as well.
Well, look, Borough fans, please go and follow those social media platforms. Again, the Brewers Babble's a fantastic little podcast. The lads are great at what they do. So please go and give that a follow and stay tuned for episodes next week because there will obviously be the reaction to our match against Burton on Saturday. Borough fans, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have watched this on YouTube, make sure to give us a follow, like, and a subscribe. We're trying to build the platform prior to the big one next season. If you're listening on all the Audible, Spotify, etc., give us a follow and a like. That is much appreciated. We'll be back on Sunday reacting to hopefully a brilliant result for the team, putting the team the top six, hopefully. Or it might be a 1-1 like David's prediction. We'll see. And we'll be reacting to the match on Saturday, and then we'll be looking ahead to the two big games against Leyton Orient and Wimbledon with just 12 games to play. Borough fans, see you on Sunday. Safe journey to all on Saturday, and we'll be back for another episode coming in your place on Monday morning. At this time, guys, as always, you've been listening to the Stevenage Football Club podcast.